Find a quadratic from its graph. Objective: find an intercept you should be able to find the equation of a quadratic given its graph with x-intercept or with the vertex. So, it's exactly what it sounds like. I'm going to give you a couple of graphs, and you're going to find the equations of them. Now, keep in mind, there's two quadratic equations we typically deal with. And that first one is factored form. So, x minus b, x minus c. Right, where these are your roots, or x-intercepts. And that's your a. And then we have vertex form. Y equals a x minus h squared plus k, where h and k are your vertex. So if I give you x-intercepts, we're going to use this formula. And if I give you a vertex, you can use this formula. You want to use this formula. So let's look at the first examples. Find the equation of quadratic with the given graph. So notice how we have x-intercepts here. I have -1 and 3. So what we're going to do is write down the general formula. And we're going to plug in what we know. My x-intercept is -1 and I have 1 at 3. So we have this equation. Now I still had to find the a here. So I need another point to find the a. And we do have another point. You know, they don't kind of say it directly. It's right here. We have the y-intercept, which is 0, 3. So we're going to sub that in for my x and my y to find out what a is. So when x is 0, y is 3. And I get a 3 equals -3a. So a equals -1. And we're not done, we're going to rewrite it all. So now I have y equals -1, x plus 1, x minus 3. Like that. So that's the equation. Now this one here, a couple ways to think about it. If you want to go the route of using the vertex form, factored form, you're like, I only have one factor here. That's because it's a double root. So we have a double root at 2. So if we can do this way, then that means that we put 2 and 2 here. So we're going to have y equals a x minus 2, x minus 2. Or x minus 2 squared. And then, just like before, if you want to find your a, my a is right here. 0, 8 is my other point. So when I plug in 0, I get 8. So a equals -2 times -2, 4a. A equals 2. You want to rewrite it all? Y equals 2 times x minus 2 squared. Just like that. Another way to do this one is that's actually the vertex. So if I wanted to, I could plug into this formula, where my vertex is 2, 0. So 2 goes for h, 0 goes for k. And just like before, you plug in 0 and 8 in for x and y and find out what a is. So 2 ways to do that one, because you actually have the vertex. This next one's a little more interesting. So if you look at this one, we have one x-intercept. I have the y-intercept. But I don't have the other x-intercept. I do have the axis symmetry, so there's one key point. Keep in mind the axis symmetry is halfway between both x-intercepts. So if I know this is, 3 away, this should also be 3 away. Because again, axis symmetry would cut your graph in half. So if this is 3 away, -2 to 1 is 3. That means this should be 3. So 1 plus 3 is 4. And now I have now I can use vertex factored form to solve this. For my x-intercepts are -2 and 4. So I get y equals a x plus 2, x minus 4. And then we plug in the one point we do have, which is our y-intercept, which is 0, 16. So when I plug in 0, it equals 16. So 16 equals a times 2 times -4. Or 16 equals -8a. A equals -2. And there we go. Rewrite it with the a. There it is. Next one. Similar idea, but now more in word problem form. Find the equation of a quadratic whose graph cuts the x-axis at 4, -3. That's another way of saying that these are x-intercepts, which passes to the point 2, -20. So there's our point. That's how we're going to find our a. Assuming our x and our y. We're going to use that to find a. Now it's not the y-intercept, but we just need any point. So we're going to do what we always do. Oh, one final thing. Write your form in y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. That'll be easy. Don't worry about that. So we write down our formula. I'll write down my x-intercepts. We have 4 and -3. I like to rewrite before I plug anything in. And now I can find a by using the points they gave us right here. When I plug in 2, it equals -20. So I get that. Right, 2 minus 4 is -2, so I get -20 equals -10a divided by -10, and a equals 2. So let's rewrite it. Y equals 2, x minus 4, x plus 3. Now normally I'd be done, but in this case I want me to put it in standard form. So that's simple. I just got to simplify this. So remember when you multiply, you just multiply 2 at a time. So multiply these 2 first and then multiply by 2. So we're going to distribute that. You should get x squared minus 4x plus 3x minus 12. So x squared minus x minus 12. Multiply all that by 2. So y equals 2x squared minus 2x minus 24. And that is our answer. Okay, the next set, they want to start the equation. Same question, write the equation on the quadratic, but this time they give us the vertex. Since they give us the vertex, we're gonna use vertex. We're gonna use the vertex equation. Like that. And then plug in what you know. Well, I know my vertex is my h and k, so this is 3 and this is -2. My a is 0, 16. So when I plug in 0, well, let me rewrite it first. I like rewriting it with the vertex. -2. There we go. All right, so sub it in. So I get this. And now let's find out a. So I'm going to plug in my extra point. So we're going to substitute in 0, 16. When I substitute in 0, it equals 16. So 16 equals a times -3 squared minus 2. Now keep in mind, we're going to simplify. Let me simplify this up first before I say anything. So 16 equals, this is 9. So 9 times a minus 2. A lot of people give me 7. They'll like subtract the 9 and the 2. No. The 9 is going to multiply by 8 first. So that goes first. And then the way you solve this is you add 2 to both sides. Okay, so keep in mind that that number here is getting multiplied by a. So those two stick together for a while. So you get 18 equals 9a. And divide by 9. A equals 2. So just like before, once we get our a, we go back here and plug it into our general equation. And we get y equals 2x minus 3 squared minus 2. There we go. So let's do one more. And then we call it a video. So this one, same idea. Y equals a x minus h squared plus k. Our vertex is here. So I'm going to plug that in. -4 and 2. I like to rewrite it first. So I get this. Alright, so I have to substitute it in. Now I want to find my a, so you plug in another point. Now this one's a little different. They didn't give us the y-intercept, they actually gave us another x, they gave us an x-intercept. So I didn't have I guess I could have done the other way also. And it doesn't matter which way you do it. I was thinking I could have done factored form way. Since I have one vertex and I know it's -4 to -2 is 2 away, so this would be -6. So I could have done it that way also if I wanted to. But what I'm going to do here is just use the vertex and then use this as my other point. So that point is the point -2 and 0. Right? And then I'm going to use that to plug in for x and y to find my a. So -2 and 0. So this is, when I plug in -2, I get 0. So 0 equals a times 2 squared plus 2. Minus 2 from both sides. -2 equals 4a. Divided by 4. A equals -1/2. And that does make sense, right? A is negative. My graph is opening down. And then plug it all back in. So y equals -1/2. X plus 4 squared plus 2. And there we go. And that's the lesson.